Man, I remember watching Bob Horrigan do probably the bravest thing I've ever seen a human being do. We did a hit one time where it was a 3-story building, but it was in low ground, and we did a vehicle cordon around the building. For those of you out there who don't know, but for those of you who do know, there's no building code in Iraq. Buildings are kind of put together sort of haphazardly, ramshackle. I just happened to be eye height with the roof of the building. So they come in on the little birds, a couple guys jump off, Bob Horrigan and another operator whose name I don't know. They were going to go in and they were going to attack a cupola that's on the roof. For anybody out there who doesn't know, a cupola is where a stairwell that goes from the inside of a building onto the roof terminates, and it's like a little tiny little doorway building on top of a roof. So from my unusual vantage point, I could turn and look, and about 100 feet away, I'm eye level with the two D-boys who had landed on the roof of this building in a Little Bird helicopter and were about to assault down the building. Well, the cupola of this building had like a half metal door on it, like a screen door, and then behind that was a full-size door. So as they were messing with the door, some guys in the bottom of the cupola were firing at them. So rounds are whipping through this door, and Bob and this other operator, they kind of turn out of the doorway. Guy rigs a charge and blows the door. And when he blows the charge, the internal door, which I'm assuming was a lightweight wooden door, goes flying in. But the screen door, which was a reinforced metal door, only the top half of the screen door was taken out. So the bottom half of this heavy metal screen door is still there, preventing them from getting into the cupola. And now the people downstairs are really getting after it, and there's a lot of gunfire coming out of this cupola. I don't even think it was 100 feet away. There's active gunfire coming off of this just out of the corner of my eyes. I'm watching this whole thing. And I can remember looking over at Bob Horrigan. He was leaning up against the side of the cupola like he was just waiting for the bus. Cool as a cucumber. He would just take a grenade or a banger, chuck it down there. Boom! Big boom comes off. He comes around the corner, send a few shots down the cupola. Whap, 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 whap. Come back and reset, check his watch like he's waiting for the bus to come. Gunshots come out of the cupola. He'd send another one down. Boom! Follow it with a few shots. And I couldn't believe how calm and how nonchalantly Bob was just kind of standing there. He was leaning up against the door like this, like it was nothing. He would just casually throwing grenades and bangers down into this cupola. And then he'd lean in and engage these guys again. Finally, his buddy rigs up the charge. Real big charge this time. Boom, boom. Cupola door comes off. Bob throws a couple more grenades and they go down. And then you can just hear a ripping amount of gunfire going through the house. Clearly, they went down and engaged and killed those guys that were giving them problems.